And welcome to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector Podcast, a 60/40 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
And as usual, I'm still Alex Midway. Nothing has changed there. We've been gone for a bit. We didn't want to tell you guys, but we've actually been on George Soros's boat planning with the deep state. We got one more trip coming up where we're going to try to get rid of people being able to say Christmas, but otherwise we should be nonstop banging these things out at least one time a week, hopefully two.
Unless there's a conservative sponsor out there, in which case disregard everything you just heard.
Yeah, we'll shut this thing down tomorrow for the right amount of money.
We're here to sell out, buddy.
We're just here to be rich, and then after that, just start doing, I don't know, what's the new thing? Beef tallow, I think, is what RFK's into right now.
Well, you know us. We're always right behind old Brainworm.
God, I love it.
There's one thing you can always trust.
There's a couple of things I even read about RFK. It's he's going heavy into that one, but we'll get into that one next time. We missed a little bit of time, and some things have transpired. Some people have come to us, and some people have left us. So when we kick this thing off with another episode of
Achya
or Nish Nish. So what's our first Achya?
All right, our first Achya is the glorious return of the Tate brothers, Andrew and Tristan. Your favorite sex trafficker and mine.
Yeah. Instead of deporting all these people, we're bringing a couple in. We got a little bit of a shortage, so just filling in some gaps here. We're taking some jobs that Americans can't do.
Yep. So, was it last week? Their travel ban was lifted, and they are officially back in the United States doing what they do best.
Yeah, I've actually looked around. Apparently, there was a giant travel ban on them while they're being investigated in Romania. Nothing that I saw actually said who lifted it. Trump did the usual, I have no idea about that, and I'll look into it, instead of being like, I'm a genius on this subject, I'm smarter than anyone around us. So anytime he says, I don't know about it, he's lying. But yeah, they're definitely back in the States, and they went to the one state that checks all the boxes for what they are, Florida.
Yeah. However, Florida did fire back and say, this is not the people we are looking to have here representing our state, which is kind of hilarious in numerous different ways.
From the state that invented WASP. What exactly is WASP again, for the people who don't know about that wonderful story?
Well, on our super cool trip to Jacksonville, a gentleman thought we met a guy at a bar. He thought we were pretty cool, and he's like, "Wow, y'all have WASP up there?" So I said, "What pray tells WASP?" And he goes, "You know how meth don't kick like it used to." So I looked him in the eye and went, "Yeah, obviously." And he goes, "We put Wasp Killer in it now." And that's the state of Florida, all of it.
Follow us for more life hacks.
Yeah, Jacksonville holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah, it's apparently what's it called? The charges that the Tate brothers had, and they were being investigated, so they were never convicted of it. But they were definitely under the investigation before they rolled out. But that's usually what innocent people do: is you decide to leave a country if you've done absolutely nothing wrong.
Yep.
They were human trafficking and intercourse with a minor, and forming a criminal gang to exploit women. So very similar to what the presidential cabinet is currently looking like.
But in their defense, because we are unbiased and just here for the truth, Andrew Tate did say him and his brother are largely misunderstood. So there's that.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent defense. I think it'll hold up in court. It's pretty good. It's kind of similar to a Shaggy defense.
This was like if the Shaggy defense of instead of "it wasn't me" was just like it was me, but you don't understand.
You guys are reading it wrong, all right? You should have seen what the broad was wearing.
Well, in their defense, if you're going to a place where you're depending on people reading words, Florida's where I would try to go to get over on somebody.
Yeah, that's the one spot you want to swing by on.
This podcast is brought to you by Wasp.
Well, for every Akya, we're going to have a Nish.
And in this case, we have numerous.
So let's start with our first.
That's a nish.
First Nish is going to be Jasmine Mooney, who you may remember from American Pie Book of Love, which you've probably picked up in the clearance bin at a local Wally World.
Listen, man, that getting the part about the Book of Love in there took a while, because everywhere I looked on these articles, he's like, yeah, American Pie actress. They never included semicolon a Book of Love. So I went on IMDb. I'm looking all over. I'm like, is this the hot broad from the first American Pie? I was like, a chick who get naked.
It is not.
No. I mean, she's still a smoking 10. There's no doubt about that. But the whole Book of Love thing, and they just marketed like, yeah, she's from American Pie. And other hits like I, Zombies, in case you caught that one.
I believe the cool kids are referring that as clickbait.
Yeah. So finding the fact that she's in a Book of Love took a while. But so apparently the whole thing with her is she's out there hanging out in Mexico, and then she's trying to come over to San Diego. And, customs worked out a little bit poorly for her this time around. As she's coming over this border, she gets rounded up, gets tossed into holding out there for 3 days. And then she gets moved to another detention center for a total of 12 days before getting out.
Seems reasonable.
In the defense of the actual estate here, she was crossing over with an incomplete work visa. Her previous one had expired. So the logical thing, instead of turning her around, is to toss her in a detention center.
Yep, sounds right.
Yeah, well, there's that one. So
just to be clear, Shannon Elizabeth, the original Nadia from American Pie, still Akya.
Yeah, nonstop Akya.
Straight to DVD American Pie, nish.
Is she still in the States, or what happened to her?
She's still around and kicking. She was just in that Jay and Silent Bob reboot from a couple years ago.
I feel like a reboot was more than you think, farther back than you think.
Okay, maybe it was. You know me in time.
Fair enough. It's a concept.
Construct.
Yeah. When you're smoking ketamine and you're just rolling through Trump presidencies, you're like, it's all the same.
Yeah. You know what?
Did we do this 4 years ago? Like, I don't know. That was yesterday.
Still hot. Doesn't matter.
So now we're going to move on to another niche that we're kicking out.
That's a nish.
Next niche is Dr. Rasha Alawahi. I'm butchering it. You know me.
Yeah. Alawahi.
A surgeon who was not allowed back in the country.
Yeah. So she was a doctor. She was working over in Brown, and she was coming back in from a trip to Lebanon. And they picked her up, and they just put her right back on a plane. She was a transplant surgeon. I believe she also studied at Yale. Like, the girl was good at her job. And by girl, I'm not doing anything demeaning, but woman, it's a speaking thing.
Wednesday's over. You can just go ahead.
Yeah. Don't cancel us. Not yet. We're not rich yet. So she was really good at her job. No doubt about that. And after she got deported, like, the hospital is really struggling because, well, when you're doing transplants, there's not too many of you. You got to have some steady hands. And when you take one doctor out of a rotation, it kind of strains the load a little bit. So, yeah. Do we know why she got deported? In the fairness of transparency, which has now come out?
Yeah, after a little bit of uproar over this, did a little bit more digging, and she was at the funeral of Hassan Nasrallah, the third Secretary General of Hezbollah. Yeah,
so when you're attending Hezbollah funerals, it doesn't look good. She also deleted a couple of those pictures. I'm guessing selfies with the casket or whatever else it was beforehand. I mean, the fact that she deleted them is kind of a good sign, but it makes you wonder, like, how much does Border Patrol really know? Like, the pictures were on her phone and deleted. And they're still yoking her up.
Yeah, you know, it's a messy situation over there. I mean,
guess when you get geotagged at a funeral, they might be a little bit less national rights for you.
Yeah, that seems like that might be a little bit more homelandy than icy, but you know what? I'd give the tide of the runner on this one. Honestly, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to our government.
Well, fair enough. You know what? She's doing print transplants, but she's also going to funerals for a Hezbollah leader, and she knows who the president is. Yeah. That guy's looking for excuses.
March 18th, 10 minutes. You can go ahead and time mark that. It's probably the last time you're going to hear me say anything about trusting our government.
So Alex Midway by myself in the next episode. Our boys in Gitmo.
Well, that's not just where we're sending people.
So for our next...
That's a nish.
We're finally getting those deportations we've been hearing about, as we sent 238 Venezuelans to El Salvador.
Where they're from.
Yes, 238 Venezuelans were deported to El Salvador because that's how deportations work, I guess.
Well, it's different parts of Mexico. So that's all that's below us. Jeez. All the same country, just asshole countries, according to Fearless Leader, from what I remember.
This is every redneck I've ever worked with talking about how all Latinos are somehow Mexican. Only now it's real.
Guys who never leave their zip code talking about world politics is always the best. I had a corona, man. I know about this. Like, shut up.
Yeah, this one's kind of hard for me to wrap my brain around. Like, I get it. I just can't believe it's actually real.
So the whole let me recap a little bit about this one. Exactly what happened. So we deported 238 people, and the White House is like, yeah, you know what? They're all just evil terrorists, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So the justification that they use, it's the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. And the whole writing behind that is deport foreign nationals from countries we are at war with. What countries are we at war with? Is it El Salvador?
Honestly, by the time we end this episode, you just don't know.
I'm not going to alert on my phone. You're right. Either way, like, he classified the group, the gang, and he kind of tied it to the Salvadorian government, and then he's like, yeah, that's fine. That works for me. So they started deporting all these guys before they had a trial, anything else. And there's a judge. He's like, hey, man, you can't deny people of due process. So he says this verbally. And DOJ is like, cool, that's not good enough for us. Keep the planes rolling. And then 40 minutes later, the judge's like, I see those planes haven't turned around yet. So he writes it down and then issues another order. Well, same thing happened. Those planes kept on rolling. And then they arrived down there and they sent all these people to prison without due process. Now, on one end, it seems great. We're getting rid of a bunch of people. Yeah, these are convicted. They're not convicted, but someone who will tell you they're convicted. But if you take a look at it, we're out there denying some Canadian chick crossing the border and tossing her in lockup. What if you send someone like that to El Salvador who's wrongfully committed to there? What if your next door neighbor who just has a really nice mustache gets rounded up in an ICE raid, and next thing you know, he's in a prison gang down in El Salvador? You got to worry about the slippery slope thing here. If you're deporting people without due process, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, no trials, no nothing. We're just scooping you up and shipping you to El Salvador, knowing you're not Salvadorian.
We're not even getting the country right, but hey, it's a prison at the end of the day. But yeah, that's why. If you're not even, everyone's screaming the whole thing about the Tate brothers, innocent until proven guilty. Cool. What about those 238 bros on a plane? They're Mexicans.
Well, and the scary part is, ice is essentially unchecked at this point. You don't have to. They just scoop you up and just put you on a plane. So, if like what stops them from all of a sudden being like, we're just gonna start scooping up people around, I don't like voting polls and the ACLU, just it's like obviously Salvadorian terrorists gone.
Well, I don't usually comment on the wonderful people of Philadelphia who throw batteries at Santa Claus, but a while back I saw in Philly that they set an ice van on fire.
I did.
Like, no one died. It's just the ice van. But you know what? I respect that. I'm not saying don't burn an ice van. Don't round me up in the next thing. I'm white.
Philly's just consistently winning, honestly. After the Super Bowl, they did the same thing with Nazi marches, and they're just like, no, not here. We're fighting everybody.
If you're knocking out pretty much Nazis and you're pretty much burning the truck of a guy trying to destroy your taco stand, like, you've earned some points in my book, man.
It's the self-governance we need.
Street justice. That's where we're coming down to, baby.
Say everybody hates Philly. I get it, but that's how a community bands together.
Yeah.
That's when we were great the first time. A Nazi would come marching in, and just the town would destroy that person.
We literally had a war about this. Big dummies, what are you doing?
Oh, it just, I love it. And you know what? If you really want to go when we were really great again the first time, I'm guessing that's that Mayberry 1950s-ish into the 60s era, is that when we were the greatness? Those were all World War II vets pushing this country forward. If they saw a handful of Nazis come parading down their street, no questions asked, just gone. You never see those people again.
Yeah, I mean, eyes starts twitching, and next thing you know, you're choking out a dude with a little Nazi flag. Like, that's the way it should be.
And you know what? Not one of them would have been convicted.
Yeah.
The whole world just agreed at one point in 1946. They were just like, you know what? We're done with these people forever. Just salt the earth, gone. Even Germany was like, yeah, illegal here. No mas.
Yeah.
Now we have this again.
History repeats itself.
Next thing you know, we're going to be making polio great again.
We're actually on the track for that. It's they're called Jesus freckles. It's for measles.
Oh, just straight into the ground.
Yeah. What do we got next? I think we got some feel good news coming up right now. It's we're about to get another executive order coming down the pipeline, and this one's a doozy. It's this hasn't been confirmed. I saw this in a couple spots. Trump is about to issue an executive order that classifies fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. So what does this actually mean to people? Like, you know what? Fentanyl kills a lot. Pam Bondi had that whole thing where she held up fake bricks of fentanyl and said, this could wipe out California. Or what's another measure for 500,000 people dying?
One COVID.
Oh, okay. So the last time we had this guy in office. Got it. Okay, cool. So same thing as the fentanyl bricks.
Yeah.
But the whole thing about classifying something as a WMD, and we had this during the Bush era when we went in to Iraq and started that wonderful little parade in there, is it allows you to invade places. And if you've listened to the news lately, where's all this wonderful fentanyl coming from? The Mexicans and the snow Mexicans. So we can essentially now start launching drone strikes and have the grounds for ground incursion into our two neighbors while we cede everything else to Putin. So we're in bizarro world.
I'm still trying to figure out when North Korea gets out of all this.
I'm sure we're getting something.
Where the Axis powers, man. This is wild.
We're voting with all our good friends now. Did you see the whole? There was a video of Trump greeting Putin. Dude, he's like a boy at Christmas. Every time he sees that guy, he lights up. He's like, "Oh man!" It's like, I want to be just like you.
Yeah, it's pure admiration. It's like people stand when you come in a room, and nobody ever questions you because they respect you so much, and nothing because of the fear of you're going to murder everyone they know.
They're not getting murdered. They're just stabbing themselves in the back 7 times, jumping out a window, shooting themselves in the head mid-flight.
And who amongst us hasn't fallen down an empty elevator shaft?
It just seems to happen a lot of times in Russia. It's weird.
It's not just a vehicle for a hilarious Wile E. Coyote cartoon anymore.
Just a bunch of OSHA violations down there. Boy, what's going on with those things?
Updated niche. OSHA.
Oh, yeah,
that's a niche.
No, safety is niche.
Yeah, safety's third. Actually, yeah, that's a bumper sticker I saw the other day. Safety third. I was like, you know what? That's kind of funny. I didn't know it was going to be working out in real life.
Yeah. Everything's hilarious when it's theoretical.
So I think we got a couple more bangers here. What's the next one we got?
Okay, so we classified fentanyl as WMD. USDA.
Yeah, I heard we got rid of a bunch of those people because they're a bunch of blood-sucking parasites and we don't need them anymore.
It's true. Doge said niche to them. And then 6 weeks later went, uh-oh, and hired them all back with back pay. So instead of saving any money, we just gave a bunch of guys 6 weeks vacation.
So in addition to paying for Donald Trump to keep taking golf vacations at his own club where he overbills the U.S. government for everything, we're also now letting people take vacations because the people running Doge are complete and utter morons who are trying to destroy everything, but they don't know what they're doing. So they fire the wrong people, and then we rehire them, and then we pay those people 6,000 people for 45 freaking days of work. Now go ahead and just, you know what? I'm going to do this. So let's say 45 days. What do we say? Divided by 7. Let's see. 45 divided by 7. Let's say that's, you know what? Just 6 weeks. 6 weeks of 40 hours. So you got 45. How many people did we rehire back? 6,000?
6,000.
6,000 times 40 hours times, let's see, 6 weeks. That's 1,440,000 hours. Let's say we're paying these government employees minimum wage. They're not getting paid $15 an hour, but let's say we are. That's $21.6 million you just gave to people for doing absolutely nothing but stressing out whether they'll have a job or not. And this is supposed to be government efficiency. You freaking morons.
This is they clearly hit Control F and searched anything that falls under DEI. Just words, just the word, like equity, and went cancel.
Speaking of DEIs, it's one of the things they're also doing is the military is going back through and we're deleting things that are DEI, homosexual, or just not white. And one of the things that are not white are those dirty bums, the natives that we employed during WW2 to break freaking codes of the Nazis. The Navajo code talkers, they're getting rid of the actual, the links that take them to the history on it. We're bumping out the Tuskegee Airmen. We're getting rid of Medal of Honor recipients buried at Arlington. And, I mean, another one, this was actually, it's sad, but it's funny. The Enola Gay. We got rid of that one temporarily from the archives because it had the word gay in it. That's the plane that dropped one of the bombs on Japan, in case you guys don't remember that one. We got rid of that one because it had the word gay.
Control F. It is just idiot, just hitting delete.
Like he sent a 19-year-old kid with a screen named Big Balls to go destroy the government. Like, this is what you expect to happen.
Here's my thing. The whole argument for old Big Balls and the rest of the children's brigade they have running through our government. The arguments behind him is no, they're super smart. He translated all this Sanskrit from ancient scrolls. You're like, yeah, but then the dummy jammed the fork in the electrical outlet. It like one doesn't cancel out the other. Okay, if I'm the best driver on earth, you don't want me as your heart surgeon because the two don't correlate. It doesn't work that way. But no, luckily nobody had to vote these kids in. They just gave them unlimited access.
Well, I mean, the best quality that they have is that they don't ask questions and they'll just go execute your will. Just kind of like the brown shirts back around the 40s in Germany. You send them into stores, you bash up a couple places. Next thing you know, you're a crystal night away from a perfect union.
No, you can't do that. Everything I saw on Fox News said it is just immoral to compare any of what's happening now to Nazi Germany and the rise of Hitler, despite everything that is exactly happening with that game plan.
Yeah. No, none of it sounds like anything that's happened before.
But you know what? In Doge's defense, these code talkers were breaking code in World War II. What have you done for me lately?
Not much. Just
might as well just make sure nobody ever reads about you ever again. What are the chances history will repeat itself?
Yeah, not going to happen. We already have a code, so they're kind of useless at this point.
Yeah, we'll just use Grok.
Yeah. Don't ask Grok if our president's a Russian asset. He hasn't mastered that one yet.
Yeah, only an 80% likelihood.
So another thing, speaking of Grok, we're going to get in a little Twitter action here.
Yeah, speaking about our boy Elon, Captain Free Speech.
Dude, he the things that he's done for us, it's amazing. I've been a little snafu in Doge. It is what it is. That's fine. We're going to put that behind us. But he bought Twitter, and he stopped it from being so politicized and so disgustingly one-sided, and he made it a public forum for everyone to speak.
Which is what it was, originally meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for that. Unless, of course, the richest man in the world doesn't like what you have to say because it hurts his little feelings.
Oh, no.
In which case, you're banned. And the band we're speaking of is the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Can you name another song other than Shipping Up to Boston? Do you need to, guys? It's awesome. So there was a great concert, and they're very outspoken. And they saw a kid in the first or second row with a MAGA shirt on, and they bet him. They stopped the concert to bet this kid that if that shirt was made in America, they'd give him a free concert shirt. And he said, great. So somebody checked his tag. Not American made.
So what happened was they made a deal for him. There's actually two guys. The first guy was wearing a shirt. And he's wearing a shirt, and the lead singer of Dropkick Murphys like, listen, man, we support American-made stuff. Like, do you support American-made stuff? And he said, yeah. So what they ended up doing, they said, hey, if your stuff is made in America, we'll give you $100 and this T-shirt. If not, you still get the T-shirt, and you get to go toss the other one off. It was made in Bangladesh. And the second guy's wearing a MAGA hat. It didn't have a tag. Now, you don't not put down where it's made if it's made in America. So, yeah, they both got shirts. But
when it went viral, no mas. Niche Dropkick.
They also said something bad about Elon. And if you go on Twitter right now, or as he likes to call it, X, that account is now suspended because they said something negative.
Well, luckily he can dry his tears with all those wads and wads of cash.
He's actually losing quite a lot. We'll get into that one as well later. But I think the last one we got to do is we got to wrap this one up. We're running a little bit long, but we've been away for a while. So Trump still wants to buy Greenland. And he did a little bit of a comment. And let me know if you've ever heard of anything like this happening before in your life.
You know, Denmark's very far away and really has nothing to do. What happens? A boat landed there 200 years ago or something, and they say they have rights to it. I don't know if that's true.
So Denmark took a boat to a new country 200 some years ago and settled it. When in the history of the world has 3 boats come across an ocean and settled somewhere? Does any of this ring a bell to you?
Clearly we've never done that. We're not here because of a boat landing here or anything.
My parents were born here. I'm indigenous. Like, shut up.
Nobody asked you, code talker.
Yeah. Get back off that military website, you Medal of Honor recipient.
Suckers and losers, man.
So, yeah, that's the boat is what we wanted to have done. I found that hilarious. He's like, yo, stupid boat came there. Like, well, they don't even know if they have rights to it. Like, 3 stupid boats came here, you big dummy.
Yeah, if they would have done this on Idiocracy 15 years ago, you've been like, I mean, Camacho might happen, but this, no.
Chainsaw!
Just drinking that Brondo, buddy.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should do a follow-up to it, but we're kind of watching a live one. Anyways, thank you all for joining us. Again, sorry we had to take a little bit of time, hang out with George Soros and the deep state. We got a couple good things. Again, we're going to try to get rid of Christmas and you being able to say Christmas to Jewish people.
Yep.
Yeah. But
we'll get trans.
Yeah. We'll be back later on. Thank you so much. I'm Alex Midway.
I'm Eric Halsey.
Hey, I won it. You're trespassing on my property. You didn't win my yard. All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that? Get everybody out of my yard.
Later, Gators.
Sorry, my soundboard's messed up. It'll be better next time.